Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be going over how I plan to spend my stimulus check as well as my tax refund. So just to preface this video, this is just what I plan to do with my personal money that I am receiving again from the stimulus check and my tax refund. This is not really advice as to how everyone else should spend it. I know that people have, especially during these times, people have different opinions and priorities about where their money should go right now, and this is just my personal choice to do with my money. So take that as you will, and if you kind of get some advice or ideas about how to spend your money, that's great. If you don't agree with how I'm spending mine, that's also great. Just, spend yours how you choose to spend your money. So I'll go over my specific numbers here. So for the stimulus check, since I'm not in a household, I'm a single adult, and I earn less than $150,000. I did get the full amount, which was $1,200. And then I just filed my 2019 taxes, and I did get a refund, and it was for $587. I haven't gotten that. I did get the stimulus check, and that's currently sitting in my bank. Well, I actually transferred it to savings, but I haven't gotten the tax refund yet. So this is just planning how I'm going to spend it, or this is just showing you how I plan on spending it once I actually get it. And what my goal is right now, I totally messed that up. What my goal is right now is once I get my tax refund, I'm also going to transfer that to savings like I did my stimulus check. And then once all of this virus blows over and we have a steady income again, that's when I'm going to take it out of my savings, and this is what I'm going to do with it. So I guess technically this plan that I have here is assuming everything goes well. I don't actually need that stimulus check or refund. Because if, let's say, right now, both my boyfriend and I do have our incomes right now, but if something changes in the future, I will use that money for most likely rent and food. But for now, we do have a stable income, and we should throughout the rest of this, knock on wood, who knows. But so I guess I should say this plan right here is assuming we do not need to spend that money on living expenses, because obviously that takes priority over any of this. So once all of this COVID-19 stuff blows over and we're more or less back to regular programming, I guess, this is what I'm going to do with that money, which it turns out it's $1,787. So I have roughly $1,700 to spend as how I see fit. And I have different categories here. These categories are more or less in the order of priority, I guess. I'm not sure, but let's see here. So the first category here I have is paying off my parents' debt. So if you guys are familiar, I loosely follow Dave Ramsey's baby steps. I'm currently on baby step 2, which is paying off debt. So a big majority of this refund is going towards paying off my parents' debt. And if I do spend this amount, which actually I am planning on giving them $1,000, and if I give them $1,000, then I should be able to pay off my debt, which is the remaining money that I owe them, by the end of this year, which is really exciting. So I'm hoping that happens. So like I said, I'm planning to give them $1,000 of this refund, which means, I have $700, I guess I could have done that in my head, but I have $787 remaining to fill these categories. So up next is my friend's wedding. If you've been following my budget videos for a while, you'll know that most of the extra money I have left over at the end of the month goes towards her wedding savings. And then from this money, I plan to put $250. So which means I have $537 remaining from this extra money here. Up next is a computer. My boyfriend and I are planning to purchase a desktop for the household. And this is the one category actually that I will actually be spending money on before this whole COVID-19 thing ends, since he really wants a computer sooner rather than later. So most likely next month when we hit May and we can complete our computer fund, if you will, is when we'll purchase it. And in order to fulfill the computer fund while keeping my budget relatively the same, from this money, I need to put $375 into the computer fund. So minus $375. So now I have $162 remaining. So these next 4 categories are my certain sinking fund category. I guess all these are sinking funds with the exception of my debt, but these are ones, at least these 3, the passport renewal, global entry, which are kind of unnecessary now, if you will, and ancestry DNA are all categories of sinking funds that I would like to cap off. And this is what that total amount is. So I labeled it fee because that's how much the fee is for renewing my passport and sign up for global entry, and then just the price of the ancestry DNA kit that I would like to purchase. So these are the totals that I'm going to cap off the sinking funds for, which is how much money, depends on how much money I'm going to put in there to get to that amount. So I have been adding to these funds for a while now, and I already have some. So this full amount is not going to be taken from my remaining balance or this whole refund. And like I said, I'm not going to take out this money until this whole COVID-19 again is over. So I'm assuming, again, these numbers will most likely change, but I'm assuming that all of this will end and I'll have access to this money in July. July. So May and June, I will continue funding them as normal. And then come July, when whatever is left is what I'm taking out of this money. And again, if this whole situation is still going on in July, then it'll just be pushed back to August. But I'm assuming it's going to be July now. And if it happens sooner, then these numbers will change. If it happens later, again, those numbers will change. But as of now, how I'm planning this, I am planning on July. So I need to do a little bit of math here. So currently in my passport fund, I have $50. So actually, I start with 110. I currently have $50. So as of now, I have $60 left to contribute. Now, next month in May, I'm planning on contributing $15. Oops. And then in June, I'm going to bump it up, in June, I'm going to bump it up back to my normal $20. So that means I have $25 left to put into this fund in order to cap it out at the $110. So I'm going to put $25 into my passport renewal fund, which means I have $137 remaining. So I'm going to do the same math for global entry. So I have $100, which I need. I currently have $40 in that account, which means I have $60 left to pay for here. In May, I'm going to add $10. And then in June, I'm going to bump it up back to the normal $15, which means I have $35 left in this fund here. So which means I have $102 remaining. And I'm going to do the same math for Ancestry DNA. So the fee is $100. I currently have $10, which means I have $90 remaining. I'm going to put $5 in each month, so that's minus 10. So I'm going to contribute $80 to Ancestry DNA, which means I have $22 remaining, and that $22 remaining is fully going to go into medical. So I fully used the $17.87 from my refund. And like I said, if this whole thing ends sooner, then these numbers will be a little bit higher, which means not as much will go into medical, if anything goes into medical at all. My goal was just to have kind of like a cap off value here of taking all whatever was left over. But if this happens past July, and I'm going to need to put the normal amount from our July budget in here, these numbers will go lower, and then the amount going into medical goes higher. So either way, everything is going to get funded, and whatever is left over, if there is anything left over, will go into medical. So that is my plan, at least for now, of what I'm doing with my refund. Let me know if you guys are doing anything similar or if you're doing anything different. I would be really interested to hear what everyone else is doing down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.